Hey guys, Portia here. Today we'll be checking out a brand new smart cutting machine. I'm going to go ahead and get it set up. I'll do a beginner friendly project, and from there I'll share with you all my thoughts. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Alrighty, let's see what we are working with here. And then we have some sample materials. This is the cutest little mat. I have 3 full-size cutting machines, so I'm excited to have a tiny one, or rather a mini one. I did receive a few extra goodies in my box. So there are the cutting blades, the weeding tool kit, transfer tape, an additional cutting mat, and then an even longer one. This one is 4.5 by 12. Have our power supply, a pen, and some weeding tools. And of course we have our machine itself. Alright guys, it is definitely not a heavy lift at all. Really cute. Oh my god, check that out. Okay, let's go ahead and get this plugged in so we can do our first project. And for that, what I'm going to do is just embellish our little cutter here. Okay guys, so setup was pretty straightforward. I went on ahead and connected the power supply, which you see over here on the side. There are 2 ways to actually connect to the Likcut cutter. You can connect via Bluetooth or wired connection. Because my computer is on the other side of the room, I chose to do the Bluetooth connection because it's more convenient, less wires. Now, once you make that decision, you have to pair it to whatever device that you would like to work your project from. You have 2 options as far as devices. You can pair it to your actual computer, or you can pair it to your mobile device. I did go ahead and download the Likcut app on my mobile device as well as on my PC. Because I prefer a larger screen, I am going to go ahead and screen share the setup with you on the PC so you guys can see how we set up our very first project. Okay, here we are at the desktop. Our S501 mini cutter is connected via Bluetooth. And we are going to go ahead and go into a new project, and I want to say upload, and this is the image we'll be using today. I got this from Creative Fabrica, just a simple ping, enjoy the little things. And we are going to hit the plus symbol, and up here we're going to say check, and it's going to show us the image on the canvas. And from here I want to search hearts. I'm going to scroll through because this image is going to sit on the left side of the Likcut cutter, and I want another image on the right side to kind of balance it out, if you will. And I like this image here. Now you do notice some images are free and some of them are paid, and you also could get a subscription as well. It just depends on what it is that you need. So we have our image here. Now this is actually too big to sit atop the cutter itself, so I'm going to size this down just a little bit. So yeah, we'll rock with that one. And so I'm going to size this down as well. So yeah, this will go on the opposite side of the power and the Bluetooth button on top of the machine. And I think I want another one. So we are going to say copy and paste. I want to move this like this. Move this down. Let's create a little bunch for ourselves. Copy and paste. And move this in this direction. And we're doing this, in my opinion, to help balance out what's going on the other side. I'm gonna go over here. See what that looks like together. And I like it. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and right click. And I'm gonna say merge. And we're gonna say weld. So now the cutter will know to cut this all in one piece instead of as an individual batch. So what we want to do here is go ahead and make. I can save it. What can we call this one? Enjoy. So here we have a couple of options. We can go without mat. We can use the short mat, or we can use the longer one. So I don't want to use the smart vinyl today. I am going to go ahead and go with the short mat, and we're going to say confirm. And because we are using permanent vinyl, I don't have to reverse anything. And so we can go ahead and move forward. And we are going to pick our materials. So nothing recent. I didn't favor anything yet. Didn't go with popular. So let's go to all. And then when you go to all, you can pretty much pick out what it is that you're using. So we're not doing heat transfer vinyl today. We're going to regular vinyl. And the vinyl that I am using does have a little bit of gloss to it. And let's go ahead and select that one. Now, once we go ahead and place the material, the machine will detect it. And we can start cutting. So let's go ahead and get this cut, and I will meet you guys back over at the cutter. Really like the iridescence coming through here. Nice. Now I am going to use the transfer tape to pick up both pieces, even though one is going on the left and the other is going on the right. Not a big deal. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and get this side taken care of. Now look at that. Isn't that adorable? All right, guys, now let me go ahead and share with you all my final thoughts. So the first thing that stood out to me in today's process was size and convenience of use. I will tell you, I was never really interested in a mini cutting machine before, because my thoughts was the mini machine can do the same thing that the large scale machine can do. And as I mentioned earlier, I already have 3 regular size die cutting machines, but I will say don't knock it till you try it. It was really nice to be able to do a really straightforward and simple project without having to pull out the full size materials. I like that it doesn't take up a lot of desk space as well, so it can honestly live in this space and I don't have to worry about it getting in my way. Now, the other thing that I liked is you have the option to do Bluetooth or wired. So the wired connection will connect with this cable, it comes with it, directly to your computer. And as you guys saw earlier, I just chose to go with the Bluetooth connection. Now, the next thing I liked was how user-friendly it was. So the initial blade came already installed. I plugged it up, and from there we had our green light come on, and from there it's like, okay, what do you want me to connect to? I was able to easily install the app on both my phone and my computer, and so that gave me options as to where I wanted to use it. Now, the app itself, very user friendly. So guys, I do know my way around a die cutting machine app. So I will say I wasn't really like lost or like a complete beginner, but I will say, like, for my young niece, if she wanted to get into this, she would be able to do it with no problems. I'll give her a couple of instructions and like literally she is set to go. So the setup and the application itself is extremely user friendly. And as far as the app, you do have paid images in there as well as free images. But for my very first project, like I said, I uploaded this particular image. I don't know if you guys can see this. I uploaded this particular image from Creative Fabrica, but the balloon hearts was already there. And I think that's a really nice ping just to be free. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the cutting results. So I purposely used a thicker vinyl. So this is a permanent vinyl. It is made by Tech Wrap. I did not use the vinyl that came with it because I wanted to test the cut. And this, once again, is permanent and it's thicker. The Likcut had no problem cutting through this thicker vinyl. I didn't even change the setting. I wanted to see if I put it on default pressure, how well will it rise to the challenge. And I have to say, for the machine, it was actually not a challenge at all. So guys, in my opinion, this particular machine is good for beginners and hobbyists alike. It is very user friendly. It does not take up a lot of space, and it's going to cut through the materials the way it ought to. Now, it can cut through a vast amount of material, so make sure you pick the right one depending upon what you're trying to cut. But other than that, you're going to come out with good results each time. But guys, that is all I have for you today. I just want to share with you all my experience with using the Likcut S501 machine for the very first time. If you have any questions or concerns, emotional outbursts, let me know. If you found this video helpful or just plain old entertaining, could you go ahead and give it a like? But guys, as always, stay colorful, stay creative, and always find joy in the little things you do. Until next time, peace.